The Bald Guy Show starts right now. Hope you enjoy the show. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. What's up, everybody? It's episode 8 of season 2. We are up and going. Listen, I hope everybody had a great Good Friday. I shared a video, my other YouTube channel, talking about Good Friday. Many people consider Good Friday a dark Friday, Black Friday, bad Friday. Why do we call it Good Friday? Because that's the day Jesus beat death. That's the day Jesus beat Satan. Satan thought he killed Jesus. He didn't. Jesus won at the end. He died for you and me. All right. So I hope tomorrow, I hope Sunday on Easter, Resurrection Sunday, you guys find a church. If you guys do not have a home church, hit me up. I will help you find a church wherever you are, wherever you're at. I'll help you find a church. This episode is brought to you by DZJ Notary Services. We are a bilingual Spanish, English speaking mobile notary service in the East DFW area. All right. My guest today is a director, writer, actor, editor, producer. He is from Uruguay. So this might be a Spanglish episode. So you might want to hit the SAP or to the CCs, so you can know what we're saying. We're gonna might be switching it up a little bit, English and Spanish. All right, so let's bring him on, Marcelo. Marcelo,
hello.
Thank you for joining me. Gracias por estar conmigo.
No, thank you for inviting me. I'm very honored.
Well, remember I had you on when we had Phil Herman for Jacker 3, remember?
Oh, yeah.
We
yes.
had. So ya tú estuviste aquí una vez, recuérdate cuando con Phil, nuestro amigo Phil, who's another great film creator, genius, and I'm so looking forward to that film.
Yes.
That film is very, very exciting.
He's a force of nature.
He's incredible. He is a workhorse. He's always working.
Yes, I'm very generous. Look, he called me by a short movie that I've made on 2018. And he watched it and told me, hey, do you want to be part of my movies? And then talked to Joel Weinkup, and they both agreed to invite me, and that was many years ago. 6 years ago.
And you guys ever since then, guys have partnered up, and you've done a ton of movies. You're doing The Actor's Curse,
yes.
a tale of twisted fate, and we're gonna get into that. But before that, tell me about yourself. Tell me where are you from? We know you're from Uruguay, but tell me exactly where in Uruguay you grew up, and how did you get into film?
Okay, my name, as you said, is Marcelo Fabani. I'm an Uruguayan born in Montevideo, the capital city. It's the most southern capital in the world. This is a curious data. And I've been in contact with Phil from 6 years, and I describe how did we met. The miracle is that we never saw each other and never have even an information of our mutual existence, and then became very, very close friends. We share by this device. We share our lives, our private lives. For example, where do we go for vacation? What are we doing? What we write? What we are doing. Now Phil knows most things of me that many people in this country.
That's awesome. And so and when exactly did you start in film? When was your when did you decide to go into film?
2020 2019, 20 final months of 2018, and the first ones of 2019, we agreed to collaborate together.
Okay, okay. Pero tu primera película fue con él o tu primera, no, pues tu primera película, ¿cuándo fue que empezaste tú solo? ¿Cuándo es que tú empezaste? No necesariamente con Phil, pero ¿cuándo fue que tú
Ah,
empezaste tu carrera?
so, so,
When did you start your
ah,
career?
my career started in 2004.
With Omnibus, right?
Yes, yes. Bus
Omnibus,
20,
Omnibus 48.
bus 48.
Okay, because I have you sent me your list and yeah, and I see that you started in 2004. And how did you get into that? ¿Cómo es que te metiste en qué fue lo que decidiste que o sea que me voy a meter en hacer películas?
Bueno, I went to United States many times since
Okay.
1991. 1993, 1995, 1997. And on 1997, I met an old friend, neighbor from another city here in Uruguay. He emigrated to United States and settled on Miami. And we found each other in, I remember, the Ventura Mall or Ventura Mall.
Aventura Mall, yeah, I know Aventura Mall.
Yes, and he was a producer of a TV show on Univision. And then he invited me to go to celebrate his 100th program or show in LA. It was a special show in LA, and took me to be part of the crew, invited. So we made all the show in the Universal Studios on Hollywood, and there was a flash in my mind, a crack in my brain. I don't know how to tell you, but being inside the kitchen of movie making, and I want to say this in Spanish. Eh,
Yeah.
me rompió la cabeza ver la cocina del cine, de cómo se hace. Encontré actores, operarios, artesanos, diseñadores, art designers, and I made a good relationship with them in those days that I was working with my friend, helping, not working, helping.
Yeah.
So when I returned to my country, I decided to start studying cinema. But I was already an architect and it has a lot of work to do. So I didn't have the time to go on full day to a cinema career, to make a cinema career. So I made only a script career in the Uruguay movie making school. And then I wrote Bus 48 and submitted to a festival in VA, Buenos Aires.
Oh wow.
Yes,
Wow.
and I was successful in being selected.
Okay, okay. Hey, can you hear me good?
Perfecto.
Okay, good. Wow, that's wow. Y te enamoraste, entonces you fall in love with the business,
Me enamoré. I fall in love because I was a
and you
very,
were
very,
hooked.
very cinema fan since 4 or 5 years old. I was a very fan of movies, and I was a fan especially of horror movies
Okay,
since 4 or 5 years.
I was gonna ask you what did young Marcelo like to watch as a kid
Dark,
and as a teenager.
yes, Dark Shadows.
Dark Shadows. Wow, wow. Dark Shadow. I know Dark Shadows. I remember Dark Shadows. Yes, yes, yes. Those
Year,
were
year, year 69, 4 years old.
wow. Yeah, and Dark Shadows was way ahead of its time. Ese era un
Yes,
programa que estaba bien avanzado para sus tiempos.
totalmente.
Yeah, yeah. It was scary, creepy. It was good TV. It was good cinema. It was a good show for those times. It was very advanced.
Very advanced. Very advanced.
So,
Yes,
and
totally
what were your
agree.
favorite films? So you love Psycho. I'm sure you love Psycho then. Growing up watching
Yes,
Psycho. So you liked those kind of psychological thrillers and horror films, huh?
yes. I like every kind of horror movies, but especially the psychological and the science fiction horror.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
For my father took me with 14 years old to to watch the Alien, the first one. I remember on a
1979.
theater.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You know, it's funny. Those are my wife's favorite films. Is Aliens.
Oh,
Those are my
yes.
wife's. She loves them, and my boys really enjoy Aliens as well. You
I
know, those are
agree
those are
with
good
that.
films. Yeah, those are good films.
Yes, because
Who?
it was different for the that age.
Hmm.
It was a different proposal. It
Yeah,
was no because you have been watching all the Hammer Dracula movies with Christopher Lee was the mainstream, at least here, and some movies of Paul Nashi of Spain. He was like a Hammer studio in Spain, and it was some movies of him here. The movies that I couldn't watch because I was very young was The Exorcist, that I could watch it at 15 years old on the 80s, 1980.
you know, it's funny. The very first time I saw The Exorcist, I was 21. No, I was 20. I was 20. Never watched it again until maybe a few years ago, and it's still to me the scariest movie of all time.
Ah,
That
yes.
that that movie is the thing is that I don't know whether people believe it or not. That can really happen.
No, yes, yes.
It's realistic. I mean, and to me, the scariest part turning that beautiful little girl into that monster, into that
Yes,
demon.
yes. No,
Eso
no, it's
fue
horrible.
espantante. Eso fue espantante. Para mí eso fue impresionante.
Y es espantosa,
Sí,
espantosa.
oh no, sí, sí, sí.
Inaguantable. Hay momentos que era inaguantable. But
Yeah, yeah.
recently I analyzed the movie with another kind of eye, another kind of view,
Okay, okay. How?
and there was something curious and interesting, that the story that the movie presents, introduced to you, it's a story of a lonely child with a lonely mother,
Mm-hmm.
and the I am finding the word in English, but the
No, dime en
desperate,
español.
el grito desesperado de la niña por tener la atención y el amor de su papá.
Ooh, yeah, yeah. She was missing the absence of her father. She was desperate for her father's uh the presence of her father. Of
Yes,
her yeah, yeah. I get you.
yes,
I
it's
get you.
for me it is it's a story of a broken family that was uh, mm, lamentablemente, unfortunately,
Hmm.
the tendency on the 70s, the divorce, the the split of the marriage, los dos cónyuges, la separación
Yeah.
de los cónyuges, era algo que se estaba poniendo muy en boga, muy de moda, muy actual. Then I watched The Exorcist as a familiar drama, besides the horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem that any one of us can have with their children, that the behavior is going to be altered, muy alterado, un comportamiento alterado de los
Mm-hmm.
niños que en este caso se caricaturiza o se dramatiza con una película de horror, pero en la vida de todos los días tú tienes unos niños realmente que no saben para dónde ir por la división de la familia, porque para ellos es una tragedia. Y
Y
eso
eso fue,
era para mí la película.
y eso fue lo que y eso fue lo que pasó en la película, ¿verdad? Que los padres estaban separados, ¿verdad? Estaban divorciados, ¿verdad?
Totalmente, sí,
Ya,
los padres.
es que no recuerdo, te digo, hace años que no veo esa película.
No, yo la tengo muy presente y el padre le promete a su hija que la va a ver para el cumpleaños
You're right.
y
Ya, ahora sí me
le
recuerdo.
incumple. Y le
Uh-huh.
incumple.
Yeah.
Y si tú te fijas, ese es el detonante de las primeras intervenciones del Captain Howdy. After the rejection of the father to go to Reagan's birthday, is the starting, ¿cómo se dice? Kicking of the ball of all the appearance of Captain Howdy. Comienza ahí. Ahí empieza todo relajo.
Yeah, y de nuevo, una película es impresionante. Después de esa película, vaya, hay que bañarse porque oye, y empezar a orarle al Señor porque it's a very scary, to me, again, number one scariest movie of all time, still, yes, to this day. Many people will disagree. Other people say, oh, it's a Conjuring. Other people say, maybe, I don't know. You can name other movies. But to me, that's number one. Exorcist is the scariest movie of all time.
Yes,
¿Quién ha sido lo que te ha influenciado, or who's been your biggest influences for your career? Who have been your biggest influences?
Mostly in the script, the most influencer in my career is Alfred Hitchcock. I really admire his way of taking the action into a suspense and put you in the border of your seat. And it's very difficult, but I really try to copy or to follow his steps. Then I admire John Carpenter very much.
Another genius. Another genius.
Yes, it's out of the ¿cómo se dice? Fuera de lo común, fuera de serie.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it in English, but it's
yeah,
not that common.
He's in another level. John Carpenter, Alfred Hitchcock, and Alfred Hitchcock again ahead of his time.
Yes, totally.
I mean, he was. I mean, again, I mean, he died in 1980, and if you think about it, in Psycho, correct me if I'm wrong, Psycho, tú no ves sangre. La sangre que tú ves, well, tú ves sangre salir, pero no la ves. No ves you don't see him. You don't see Bates actually stabbing her. No. You see the knife, but you don't see her. But it is still a scary scene.
Yes, I agree that you have to play with the mind, and it's very subtle and very elegant and very I don't know how to say it in English, but it's fancy. No, fancy no, 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 fancy no. Es muy elegante y lo siento como algo sumamente culto. No apelar al golpe, aunque no reniego del golpe. I don't blame to the hit of the blood and the guts, but I prefer to play with your mind.
And again, if you think about John Carpenter, Halloween,
Halloween.
it wasn't, no era una película con mucho gore. It wasn't gory. As the other movies progress, as the other films, as the other sequels progress, yes, they were. But part 1 and part 2 were not. The original 2 no eran gory.
No.
Y así todo era miedoso.
Sí, claro. Sí, claro, pero jugaba con la mente, te jugaba.
I love it. So, y entonces, eso es lo que te gusta. Entonces, eso fue lo que te inspiró a ti, ¿verdad? That's what inspired you.
Son los que me influencian más. Son los que me influencian más a la hora de diseñar una historia, ¿no? To design a story is like you draw the story. You don't write. You don't only write. You draw the story. You try to close all the facts and the actions. So I choose to make short movies, not features, because I'm still a student, and I want all the time for me to write a feature, and I'm just retired from February. I'm retired.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Felicidades.
Yes. I'm a happy sexagenarian retired.
Oh, wow. Felicidades. That's awesome. That's great. So now you can dedicate more time to doing this.
Yes, because the movie making for me is a therapy, it's a pleasure, and it's passion and love. So I want all done by myself. I want to be, as in my old career, as an architect, I can build with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
So in movie making, I must be capable of at least doing the list of anything: photography, art, props, script, lights, everything. No matter if or besides, if I have a good DP, or I have a good storyteller or script writer. I need to know what is going on in every stage and every single discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Es porque me gusta.
Well, y aparte que and it's understandable, especially if it's your film, your creation, it's your baby. You need to know. That makes total sense to me. Even though I'm sure you have your team, aunque tengas tu equipo, así todo, es importante que tú sepas everything that's going on. You want to be involved. You love it.
Yes, it's because love, not ego. It's love.
Yeah, and it makes sense.
Yes, because all my crew has no pressure of me to do whatever I want. They have the freedom to make their own decisions. Obviously, if it don't go against the script, they are very welcome. O sea, mientras no vayan en contra del guión y distorsionen la historia, pueden proponer lo que quieran y hacer lo que quieran. Te estoy hablando de maquillaje, luces.
Déjame preguntarte ahora eso. Now that you mentioned that, has there ever been a time where you've somebody has come up with a suggestion and you switch something up and you say, you know what, let's go with that instead. Have you ever done that? Había una vez que tú has dicho,
Sí.
alguien te sugiere algo y yo, ¿sabes qué? Buena idea, vamos a cambiar esto.
Yes, permanently,
Yeah.
frequently.
Okay. That's good. So you're open-minded and you that's good. And that, again, it goes with you're open to
Yes,
hearing
yes,
suggestions. That's awesome. I
yes.
love it.
I think it's a totally a mistake if you are close to suggestions, because as my grandmother say and my mother say, 4 eyes watch better than two, and you can know if you have 6 eyes. so, so no, permanently, frequently, I accept suggestions in the same direction and sense of the story. The story is our mother, our
Yeah.
Virgen Maria, is untouchable.
Yeah. It's the main. It's the plot is the
The-
main thing. The story is the same. That can't change, and I get that.
exactly.
But how you get to the plot, or that can, and
Of
I totally get it. Entiendo. Yeah. La historia es intacto, y el título tiene que it has to make sense. I get it.
exactly.
Yeah. Perfect.
It is everything is designed when I do the script, because from the title up to the end phrase sentence at the end,
Mhm.
it's all designed as a whole thing. They are not added parts. No, no es una sumatoria de cosas, es todo un conjunto total.
Tiene que venir junto. It has to make sense, right? It has to come all
Todo,
together.
hasta el título. Hasta el
Yeah.
título tiene que ver. El
Yeah.
título es como una sinopsis. Cada
Right.
título es una sinopsis.
Yeah, como decir,
So,
Halloween. Halloween is about Halloween. It's about, and it makes sense. If you're getting a movie called Halloween, you know what you're getting.
exactly.
Psycho, the movie Psycho. It's a psychotic guy, and it makes sense.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
I was and I am a fan, very ferocious fan of the Twilight Zone.
Oh man, yeah. Twilight Zone is also the show itself, the film. Did you ever see the movie? La
Yes,
película
la vi.
with La película from 1983. That movie was awesome, but the series. If people have never seen the series, I suggest you guys gotta watch the series. It was what, the 60s also, or the 50s or 60s, right?
59 up to
Yeah.
63.
That's it.
No. It's a lesson of script writing.
It's incredible. Every
No,
episode was good.
yes, the University of Script Writing.
And again, ahead of its time. Está adelantado para su tiempo. The Twilight Zone.
Totalmente de
Yeah.
acuerdo contigo.
Yeah. Eso eran buenos programas que, de nuevo, te dejan pensando, te dejan, y no es con, es un poquito miedoso, pero a la misma vez no, it plays with your mind, and it's awesome.
Exactly, because it puts in your mind several topics,
Mhm.
several: time traveling, parallel dimensions, horror. I can remember even comedy.
Yes.
There is a chapter or an episode in that was start by the remember the me sale hechizada, Elizabeth Montgomery.
Oh my God, Elizabeth Montgomery from Bewitched. Yes.
Bewitched. her husband was starring a comedy episode of the Twilight Zone called "A Penny for Your Thoughts," and it was brilliant, brilliant, and very very tender. It was almost a love story in a bank with a penny that instead of falling on one face or the other, it falls, cae parado. I don't know how to say it in English. Cae
It falls,
parado.
yeah, it falls right in the middle, right, standing up. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you very
Wow.
much. So with this kind of shows, my mind started to expand at an early age, um, and certainly in these lands we did not have any shows like that in our country.
Mm.
So all here grew with American shows and admire American shows, and the Twilight Zone was brilliant and was before I was born. I watched them after I was born, but many years ago.
Yeah, reruns.
Yes, 12 years old.
Yeah, después que se había acabado, después que terminaron la serie, that's when you started watching it. Obviously, me too. I was born in '76. I watched and it's funny. I saw the movie first. And then I said I found out that there was a show many years ago, and I go, wow. And it was probably one of the first black and white shows that I watched, besides The Honeymooners. It
Yes,
was I loved The Honeymooners. I loved Jackie Gleason. Um, pero the Twilight Zone was one of the few first shows I watched in black and white.
yes. And then when I was 9, there was the Night Gallery. That was a second show hosted again by Rod Serling, but it was more creepy, not
Mm.
so science fiction as the Twilight Zone used to be. It was more creepy, more horror, and many chapters. Look, if I had good behavior at school and have order in my room, my mother and my father let me watch the show. 11 o'clock in the p.m. on Wednesday, in black and white, obviously. Year 74.
Wow. Yeah, I remember those days when my mom and my parents would let me stay up, and if I behaved good in school as well, yeah, they would let me stay up to watch my favorite show, and on the school night, because yeah, I had a curfew as well.
Yes.
Eh, Mira, ahora let's go back to your career and your films. What
Yes.
has been your favorite film thus far that you've done, that you've been involved in, or whether you've directed, written, even acted in? Because you've done a few acting films,
Yes, very
very
few.
few, but you've done a few. What's been your favorite project that you've ever been a part of?
My
Whether
fa-
whether whether that's already come out or that's about to come out, like the act, like the actor's curse, whether it's about to come out or it's coming or it's already been or it's been years. What's been your favorite project?
I have I have two by
Okay,
different reasons. Different
okay,
reasons. One was the last year. We made a clean house for Phil Herman's Unearthed, and that was all
great
all
film.
all a jump for us, for me in particular, and for all our team, because we started to experiment with practical effects and to hacer flotar cosas en el aire to, to, to try to get things floating in the air
Mhm.
without any string being seen, for example, and with hours of post production effects, video effects, and that was my favorite short or my favorite work in 25 years by this reason. But there is a in pandemics there was an opportunity to work with Heather Carson from Grand Junction, Colorado. And we became friends, and in fact, she's going to co-stars the actors course my short now again because she's brilliant. But we made
And who is this
from
again? ¿Quién es?
wait
No,
Heather, I don't
¿de
know
quién
how
me está
to
hablando?
pronounce it, but Heather Carson.
Heather Carson.
She,
I believe I'm friend. Yeah, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yes, yes,
Heather,
yes.
no,
Yeah,
it's gorgeous. It's a very, very, very good actress.
yeah,
She,
yeah. When I
she
three.
can do anything, anything, and you're convinced of what she's saying and acting and moving, and it's perfect. And we made from this coach with this phone, and she with another phone in her kitchen. We made a terror drama called The Smartest Creature, la criatura más inteligente
Yeah, yeah.
that is women, que son las mujeres.
Mhm.
De tal manera, de tal forma, que ella se venga de mí por mail, por correo físico. Yo recibo algo que contiene la venganza de ella por haberla dejado y haberme vuelto al Uruguay. En esa base, in this plot, I left her with her heart broken and returned to Uruguay, but she doesn't, ¿cómo dice? No me perdona. She doesn't forgive me,
Mhm.
and she took revenge. It's a 6 minutes long short, and we were awarded in a lot of countries. She as an actress, me as a director, the short, everything. And that was my second favorite work. Sorry
Wow.
for. Perdóname que me extendí.
No, 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 por favor, no digas, no, 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 no. Esto, te diste la pregunta por eso, porque para saber I love that, I love it, I love it. Um,
Gracias.
let me ask you this: is there any film that you would reject or not consider? ¿Habrá una película, un proyecto que tú dijeras, no, hasta ahí llego, no hago esto, no, no me gustaría hacerlo? ¿Por qué o por qué no?
Well, as I said before, I love the subtle scripts and the subtle uh, movies. I prefer to suggest than to show. In that way, I reject, and my friends make jokes to me because in privately, I'm a man who loves jokes of any kind. But when I am throwing something to the public, I reject nudity. I reject sex as I don't want to seem like I'm short-minded, but
No, 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 no,
it's a
no.
problem of principles.
I get it.
I I
I'm
I
with you. I'm with you.
I don't want to, for example, I don't want to to have a woman to be an attraction for being nude. I want to have a woman in my movies to be an attraction because of her
Acting.
capability, exactly.
Yeah.
Acting, or her talent. No, her goods. No, not to be nude, for
Right.
example. The blood, the guts are a good impact, and I know that they sell. But if you watch my shorts, that's not the main appearance. And in many shorts, they don't exist, because I want to play with your mind. Answering totally your question, I reject the explicit.
I get you.
I don't like it.
I
I
get you.
don't
No,
need
no,
it.
totally.
I don't need
I,
it, because
I get you.
it's like I'm going to say something that I always say here. It's like you have 4 years old and I'm 60 years old, and I play a football game with you. It's like it's not competition, because I'm
Mhm.
going to make you 75 goals and you're going to make 0 to me. ¿Cuál es la gracia?
Right.
¿Cuál es la gracia? ¿Entendés? O sea,
Yeah, ninguna. Yeah.
ninguna. Entonces, si yo destripo un cerdo en una mesa y me pongo a salpicar sangre para todos lados, es fenómeno, muy bien, es impactante. Ahora, ¿cuál es la gracia? ¿Dónde voy? Si no está justificado. Y sinceramente, todavía yo no encontré cómo justificar algo como desnudez, sexo o sangre. Bueno, es así. En eso soy cerrado.
No, no, y eso no. Y no digas que está cerrado, pues eso es tus valores, tu principio, and I get it. I respect that. And it needs to be respected. It needs to be respected, it needs to be honored. Y estoy contigo. Si yo estuviera
Gracias.
haciendo películas, ninguna de mis películas serían así. Por ejemplo.
I want to add a little concept. I use the horror and the science fiction. I do not love horror and science fiction. I use them because I want to say some things that it couldn't be said without the mask or the disguise of horror and science fiction. It's like humor.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to fight with everybody every minute, you have to find the ways to get into the other people's mind and show what do you feel and what do you think in a certain way that he can accept, at least to listen. So that's for me that's for me the horror and the science fiction. Unfortunately, I met a very generous and open-minded person as Phil Herman. That's why I'm still with him, because I have all the freedom to express myself, because I am saying more things that I want with him, that if I have another, si tengo otra persona, yo no puedo expresarme como lo hago con Phil. Sorry, it was in Spanish.
No, it's okay. Yeah. You can't express yourself with somebody else the way you could with Phil. You know,
Yes.
and
Yes.
Phil's a good guy. Phil's a special guy. I love Phil. Phil lo considero un amigo. Yo considero a Phil un amigo.
Muy bien. Muy buena
Yeah.
persona.
Estoy de acuerdo. Totalmente de acuerdo. ¿Qué, las películas tuyas, where are most of your films filmed? Are they everywhere? Are they, do you come a lot to the United States to film, or do you do a lot of them in Uruguay as well?
I wish I could go to United States to film. I think it's not. I'm not far from that.
Okay.
We have certain plans with Phil and with another movie makers that live in the States, in Los Angeles and in Chicago. But the most are made here in Uruguay, and especially in our own locations on a farm that we have on
Okay.
our house in the here. I live 30 miles from Montevideo, on a seaside, on the
Hmm.
beach, mostly here, because we save money with our own locations, but
Mm.
we move it into another location, but always inside the country.
Okay. So, for example, you're doing Phil Herman's The Actor's Curse, A Tale of Twisted Fate, and you are joining Derek Brosh and Will DeVokis,
Yes,
right? And all three of you are directing. All three of you wrote. Where does your
yes.
part come in? And if you can't talk about it, it's okay. Let me know that you can't talk about it. I know that you guys are still working on the film. Um, which again, I'm so excited about this film. I'm looking forward to it. Um, where does your part come in? So your parts are going to be in Uruguay, or
See, see.
okay,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
okay,
And in this house,
mm, okay,
in
okay,
this house, it's coming an old friend, actor friend, an old actor friend that we met many years ago in a Buenos Aires festival, that I submit all my shorts there, and we agreed to join forces, to work together in this particular short. He's coming on April 30th, and stay up to May 5th, sorry. And we are going to shoot here
okay.
and on the beach, on the street, and some parts in Montevideo.
Nice, 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 nice. And how excited are you to be working with Derek and Will on this
Ah,
project?
always a pleasure. They are friends,
They're
and
good
and
guys
we
too. Yeah.
yes, and particularly with Will, we have many chats, speaking of life and everything. It's a very kind and sweet boy. I really love him, because he's a very good person and very generous. He shares with me he shares with me many concepts, many tips, many technical knowledge, and I'm very grateful with him. And Derek is very funny. Derek is our joker.
The, all these shorts, your shorts, where can we find them? Where can we find your films?
There is a lot of them uploaded at YouTube with free access,
Okay, okay,
because there is a lot. For example, are two of them that are dramas only, very
okay,
very short, but dramas. One filmed in Spain, in Almeria. That was a location where my wife and I went to work and stayed working for 2 years.
okay.
Many
Wow.
many years ago, we lived in Spain and Almeria. Almeria is like it's exactly like California. It's the
Oh,
same the same parallel, and it has a little Hollywood, because maybe you remember Sergio Leone. Italian director who directed Clint Eastwood movies. The spaghetti western are all made in Almeria, as well as Conan movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Really?
And Patton with
Oh,
George C.
wow.
Scott. Yes, all that movies filmed were shot in Almeria.
Wow, I did not know that. I didn't know that.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. And speaking of your wife, how supportive is she? Is she part of? Does she partake in any of your films or?
She's the boss.
Yeah.
Chao. Resumen. Chao.
Sí y no. I love that. I love it. I love it.
Sí,
I love
varón
it.
domado.
Sí.
Varón domado. No, eso. Mira, my wife didn't want even to hear about movies. But when I write, she says, this is good. And says, this is trash. Throw it away.
Well, you know what? It's important to have a spouse who gives criticism, whether it's constructive. It's important because you don't want to put trash out. For example, my wife watches my she does my editing. She does she's the brains.
No, she's
She's
the boss.
and my wife will tell me, hey, babe, you should do this different. Or babe, you should, ella la que me sugiere, babe, debe hacer esto, debe hacer aquello diferente.
Son divinas, son divinas.
Son las, como dijiste.
Son divinas. Las esposas son lo más grande que hay.
De acuerdo. Dios la hizo después de nosotros, pero la hizo superior inteligentemente.
Porque claro, vio la macana que se mandó y dijo, hice este choto, hice este idiota y ahora le voy a poner inteligente atrás para que lo cuide.
Como dice la película tuya, la criatura más inteligente.
Totalmente, fue por eso que lo puse.
Yeah,
Le puse la criatura más inteligente porque no hay con qué darle.
No.
Women is like a multi-station TV station. No, I don't know how to say it in English, but they have 1,000 antennas.
They can do multiple. They can multitask. Van a hacer varias cosas a la misma vez. Puede estar hablando por teléfono, trabajando en la computadora y cocinando a la misma vez.
Todo lo que quieras. Y pintar un cuadro, ¿viste? Con el pincel agarrado en la oreja. Nosotros somos una bestia. Una cosa a la vez, gracias. Y gracias.
Yeah.
No, my wife my wife does the costume. She's the producer.
Awesome.
She's the cooker. She's the one who picks up the scripts, and I feel fortunate that I can play by myself shooting my movies. If not, she will shoot the movies also. But the thing, seriously speaking, is the support. Unconditional support.
Absolutely. Because let me tell you something. Without her support, I'm sure it would be hard to do what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we in my case, I probably I wouldn't have the impulse and the strength to carry on, because coordinating and joining so many tasks and stages sometimes is boring or difficult, and you can be tempted to leave it for the future.
Yeah,
and not to do it in the moment.
Hay veces quizás te sientes más fácil tirar la toalla.
Sí, hay momentos que dices, esto es mucho trabajo para ahora, me estoy complicando, innecesariamente.
Yeah, yeah.
Y ahí está ella que te dice, no,
Te anima y te
exacto, te dice,
levanta.
no,
Yeah,
este es un buen momento y es una buena historia.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And let me ask you this, y ella te ayuda with the auditions, cuando hay audiciones, the auditions, ella te ayuda a escoger, o eso es todo tuyo, o
No. It's both.
good.
Both
Good.
of us. Because viste que se dice que el hombre propone y Dios dispone. Bueno, acá a veces es el hombre propone y la esposa dispone.
Let me ask, any interesting stories on auditions, o alguna historia interesante que puedas o quieras compartir de on set or on auditions?
No, I remember when it was not an audition. It was what would Heather say if I invite her to be a part of a Smartest Creature? Because I'm from here, very far from the States, very far, 12, 13 hours by plane.
Wow.
So what she lives in Colorado,
Right.
and I was afraid that she wouldn't accept to work with me, and really I was afraid, and I called her with look, Heather, it would be an honor for me if you start my short. I know maybe you find it not interesting. And she said, no, yes. I please send me the script. And when I sent it to her, she accepted immediately. But I was very afraid of being rejected. That was for me. I think maybe it's not interesting as a
No,
tale.
it actually is, because it's actually very interesting. Esto está bien interesante porque yo nunca había oído de un director o un creator, un writer, yendo hacia un actriz o un actor and afraid of being rejected. I never even so that is very interesting.
Yes.
That's a good story. And has that actually happened to you, where you reach out to somebody and they tell you no?
No, because look, movie world, no, movie making world for us here is still a new thing.
Really?
Yes. Look, I the cinema school of Uruguay was founded on 95, 96, I think.
Wow, 30 years ago. Wow.
Yes, it's not very. It's
No, it's
very
not old.
new.
Hmm.
Yes. And my invitation to Heather was in 2020, but the fact is that I didn't believe in movie making as a not profitable activity, but in a I don't know how to say it in English, but no creía en el cine como algo más allá de un hobby.
Okay, yeah. You didn't see it as anything else other than a hobby. You didn't see it. You didn't see it as a career.
Exactly. But y por eso tenía miedo que Heather me dijera, mira, no, querido, yo estoy para otra cosa. Yo no estoy para que tú juegues al hobby. Y sin embargo, vio algunas cosas que yo hice. She watched many shorts that I sent to her, and then
Mhm.
accepted. And then, bueno, I was very pleased, honored, and I knew that my step into movie making was really done. Done, no. El paso que di al cine ya
Otro
estaba
paso más
hecho.
adelante. Yeah,
Di un
yeah,
paso más adelante, di un paso más adelante.
yeah.
Exacto.
You took a step forward. Yeah,
Es.
yeah. You took a
Thank
step
you.
forward. So
Thank you for
now,
translating.
and no, of course, of course. And so now that you're retired from work, from your professional life, this is your career now,
Yeah.
right? This
Yes.
is
Yes.
this you're taking it as a career now.
Yes. Yes. Totally. Totally. I'm studying as I was a child. I'm
I love
studying
it.
every day. I'm studying from books, from tutorials, from interviews with another movie makers of all ages, in order to achieve new levels of skills. I'm not going to stop here. I am going to learn until I die.
I
That's
love
my
that. I love
that's
it.
what
So let me ask you this: what is your ultimate goal? Cuál es tu meta principal? What's your ultimate goal in this career? What is your ultimate goal?
it's a it's a psychological science fiction feature movie with lot of messages, subliminal, subtext, very spectacular in terms of image, with a beautiful image, because I need to find beauty even in horror, even in science fiction. And my ultimate goal is to make a movie that has all of that beauty message, that will at least inspire you to think that things are not as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And if you let me, I want to tell you 10 seconds of a concept.
Yeah,
Maybe you can find at Clean House another Exorcist movie with two parts, one mute and one spoken. That's not true. It's an advice, a warning of that evil could be born even in the most far, or I don't know how to say, el más lejano uh, point of the earth, as Uruguay, as a
mhm,
farm, no, lost in the middle of Uruguay. Evil can be born, and evil can be spread all over the world
yeah.
as a pandemic, because of the state of mind and of the feelings hurt of any person. But it's very difficult maybe to transmit that. But the short, it was intent to transmit that it's very important for everybody to watch out their minds and their hearts, that not let uh, uh, delusion, sadness, envy, or any bad feeling came into their hearts and take and hijacked their minds. Because no matter if you believe in Satan, devil or not, evil exists and takes your mind and your heart if you are weak.
What? Let me tell you something. O sea, que eso es bíblico. Eso es
Claro,
bíblico. Eso es
ahora
bíblico.
te voy a hablar en español, perdón. Voy a
No,
hablar
tranquilo.
claro para ver si el subtitulador me capta. El tema es que estuve 4 meses leyendo todos los libros de exorcismo del padre Gabriele Amors, el exorcista del Papa Real, y viendo testimonios de entrevistas televisivas a muchos exorcistas. Y la conclusión es que si tú estás bajo de defensas, como si estuvieras frente a un virus, si tú, perdón, vamos a hablar en español de verdad, si tú estás desilusionado, estás triste, estás enojado, estás envidioso o tenés cualquier sentimiento negativo, es como si tuvieras bajas las defensas frente al mal. Más allá de que tú creas en el diablo o no creas, que la gente lo puede llevar a un tema de religión, yo no estoy de acuerdo, yo estoy de acuerdo con lo que tú piensas en particular, pero como el cine es abarcativo y no exclusivo, la idea de cada corto y este de Casa Limpia es llegar a que la gente capte, aunque sea por un segundo, que tiene que levantarse cuando está caída. Y que no hay nadie que la levante que no sea ella. Si no, puede pasar lo que le pasa a la protagonista. Entonces, cuando tú me preguntas cuál es mi mayor anhelo, es hacer una película que aunque sea agarre 100 personas y les abra la cabeza en eso y que piensen que es mejor que estemos todos juntos y estemos lo mejor posible y que si estamos pasando mal nos apoyemos en el otro con confianza a ver si podemos remontar esa situación y no generar un hueco para que las cosas malas nazcan y se desparramen. The end. Sorry.
No, that was good. 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 Yeah. So, no need to apologize. Please, please. We gave the disclaimer. Al principio avisamos. Esto va a ser en inglés y español. Pueden.
I can try to say it in English.
No. You said you did say it in English and you said it perfectly. You said it in English. You said it perfectly.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. Let's take what do you do for fun besides when you're not working, when you're not doing film? What do you do for fun? What do you like to do for fun?
Well, I watch basketball. I'm going to. I want to take a walk on the beach. I love to make barbecues with my closest friends because we are.
I love barbecue. I love barbecue.
Oh,
I love barbecue.
I'm going to send you photos of yesterday.
Fotos.
Nos rompimos la boca. Nos rompimos la boca.
¿Qué hiciste? ¿Qué hiciste?
Asado, chorizo. No sabes lo que era. No, se me cae la baba. Sí.
Oh my God. I love barbecue, dude. I love barbecue.
I'm going to send you photos of barbecue.
Yeah.
Because with my friends, we feel like we are children again, and we let us act like children and have joy and jokes with no offenses. Politically incorrect between us, so we feel free, and those are the moments that we recover our freedom.
Yeah.
So that's the things that I like to do the most, and to have some tours with my wife, because my wife is my best friend.
Same here. My wife is my best friend. I mean, I love spending time with my wife.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. I don't understand people that need to take a break from their. I don't understand that. I mean, I don't mean to offend anybody, but I don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Me neither. But
I don't understand it.
I take a lot of time to choose a wife.
How long have you been married?
Because once you are in the cage, it's forever. So.
¿Qué tiempo llevan casado?
Y claro, me casé a los 42.
Okay. So ya que 20.
Bien veterano, pero convencido. I was
I
convinced.
love it. That's good. That's good. So
No,
ya
no.
que ya que casi 20 años casado.
Sí,
Casi 20 años.
20
No,
años. Sí.
no, good.
20
Ya me,
años, 20 años con los novios, ¿no? O sea, está bien.
yeah.
2 years of being boyfriend and girlfriend and 18 of being married.
Good. ¿Cuándo es el aniversario?
October the 2nd.
Yeah. Yeah. In junio, my wife and I turned 25 years.
¡Uh!
Yeah.
Bodas de plata.
Yeah.
Silver wedding.
Yep. Yeah, 25 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Marcelo, antes de terminar, what can we expect from Marcelo Fabani in 2025 and beyond? What can we expect from you?
2025, you can expect a very, very good story, a very vampire story, but very subtle, very full of information of our region, and we are going to experiment with lights and to experiment with dialogues, because I'm not very friendly with dialogues. I always try to show action better than dialogues. Soy más de mostrarte acciones que diálogos,
Yeah.
porque me gusta mostrar movimiento y mostrar buenas fotos. But this time we are going to experiment with a dialogue short movie with impact. Many moments of fear, terror, and impact. And I'm going to start writing an idea of a found footage film
Okay.
with paranormal activity, full paranormal activity, and of course with a message below.
Okay. And you mentioned vampire, right?
Yes.
I love vampire
Yes.
movies. I love vampire
Yes.
movies.
Yes.
Vampire
Very.
movies. Dracula. I love vampire movies.
Yes. My wife was a vampire in a drama,
Really? In a
in a
movie?
comedy.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
It's
Oh wow.
Victoria.
That's awesome.
Yes,
So your
because
wife has also acted. So she doesn't just help.
no,
She's also an actress.
she was forced.
Oh,
She was menaced.
no porque quiso, estaba forzada a hacerlo.
No, la forcé. Le digo, no tengo otra, no sea mala. No sea mala. Esta vez nomás.
How did she
Esta
do?
vez.
How did she do?
Perfect. It's a mute black and white short movie comedy terror.
Okay. What's the name of it? Which was this one?
Victoria.
Victoria. Okay.
It's
I'm
in-
gonna look it up.
It was a.
Okay. 2021.
Yes, it was my homage to Nosferatu from 1922.
The
And
original.
it was made in 2022. I remember one person that criticized it and say, why this director put the fangs on the front? Where did he see the fangs on the front? And I answered him, have you ever seen Nosferatu? Because he wanted
Or the normal where the usual where you usually see them, which is in the
But Nosferatu has as the vampire, the animal has the two incisivos. I don't know how to say it in English. These front ones.
Yeah. And hablando de Victoria, I see here que it won best horror in the horror film festival in Barcelona.
Yes.
in 2023.
Yes, Spain is very friendly with my films.
I love it. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And your wife doesn't want to, and she don't want to act again. She did so good. She don't want to act again.
No, 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 no,
Le da
no, no,
pena.
no,
Le da
no,
pena.
no. Pena, le da pena y se divorcia.
No queremos eso entonces. We don't want that. We don't want that. Marcelo, anything else you want to add, Papa?
Yes, I want to add that you are very kind, you are very generous, and you
Oh,
are very friendly.
thank you.
And I love this show.
Oh
The,
man,
the,
thank
the
you.
other
Thank you.
time and this, I feel I'm talking with a old friend. I'm very comfortable, and I wish you the best. I follow you, and I share all your way of thinking.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. You have a friend. You definitely have a friend in me. I
Thank
will
you.
be. I'll definitely be supporting you, and just like I support Phil, and and I'll definitely be. I'm gonna share your YouTube and all that stuff on
Thank you.
here, folks. Make sure you share and you like and you subscribe and share this episode and make sure you follow Marcelo. His IMDb page it's going to be down here in the description below. And his Facebook page is going to be down here. Everything that has to do with Marcelo will be in the description. Marcelo,
Thank you.
don't go anywhere, guys. Thank you for watching. God bless you guys. Happy Easter.